Alright, so Ant usually plays aggro decks, so I want a lineup tailored kind of towards that. A lot of times even leaves up Jade Druid. The Prince Calathon text. Is Doomsday good enough versus those? Might want some heal just in case mage, huh? Eh. Wild Pyromancer, Raza Priest, help out against aggro a little bit. Probably don't need Velen. The smite's probably more important than the binding heal, honestly. Just removing is better than actually anything else. What's up, everybody? Mind Blast? No, I'm trying to tech it towards anti-aggro, expecting Ant to play aggressive decks, because in the history, he's kind of done that against me. Mind Blast not good against aggro. We want things that kill stuff, and otherwise interact with his board in ways that make it have less. So cheap minions that also remove weapons seem pretty useful. There's no Pirate Warrior, so it's only really useful versus Paladin, but it's the best tech we can get versus Paladin. Paladin, Rogue, and semi-useful against Shaman. We have Wild Pyromancer and Holy Nobel to help out against Rogue and Shaman. I think those are good techs. I mean, there's not really much more heal we can jam in here. The only thing we can jam in is maybe taunts. Weapon removal, heal. Removal, removal, removal. And then 2 different finishers. Draxus and Gul'dan. Don't they have anti-synergy with each other? Kind of. They also have great synergy with each other because the whole deck revolves around making sure that my opponent has nothing left on the board and I'm at a healthy life total. So if they run out of steam like an aggro deck does, then if I have Gul'dan on 10 I win, or if I have Jiraxis on 10 and when they're out of cards I also win. It's not just trying to make sure I have one of those two cards. Since I can't tap very much while I'm defending against aggro, I'm only going to see about 15 of my cards. So I want to have more than one win condition. And Jiraxis is like a bad Gul'dan, but it's can be good enough when my opponents are running out of cards. So I think that's my lineup. So once Ant's ready, we will go. I'm just organizing all the deck lists so I can look at them when I play. Also, if you submitted a deck doctor, make sure you check your emails, because I tried to contact 2 of the people that submitted deck doctors and they didn't respond yet. So I can't make the video until they respond, because I gotta make it with the guy on the thing. Argent Borishkov. Just subscribe for 2 months in a row. Welcome back to the Batcave Team Think Man. Appreciate the support. Manly Mudkips, just subscribe. Welcome to the Batcave Team Think Man. Appreciate the support. What about Torrent? Torrent's decent. I don't know. It's not as good as Ali Armor Smith against the aggro matchups. It's better in the control matchups, but the control matchups we should win anyway because of the infinite dire horns. It's vulnerable to Potion of Madness against Priest, and then they steal your Death Rattle, which is a bummer. It doesn't thicken your deck, so it's not as good as Dire Horn. Let's stop playing Tar Creeper in every deck. I think it's still a good card, but it's not in every deck. Just waiting for Ant to make decks and then we'll play. Every time I turn around, you change your hair color. No, my hair's been the same color for a while now. It's just fading slowly. How was the festival? The Renaissance Festival was sweet. I had a really good time. There's a lot of people dressed up as like really crazy stuff. The people watching there is always really the best part about going. All the people that act like characters and they're silly and whatnot. The pickle guy, of course. Yeah, I get heckled by the pickle guy. And the giant turkey legs you can walk around and eat like a barbarian are fantastic. And it's the slowest deck builder of all time. I'm gonna fall asleep. My god. Why? Firebat stream, cheer 1,000. I don't actually know what that is still, but I appreciate it, man. Thanks. I don't know what cheers are though. I don't keep up with the whole internet thing. But it's sparkling dances. I think it's money. Some people have these like cups on their stream that fill up with cheers. I don't know how to do that, but I should get a cup. But then honestly, you put a cup on your screen, and you're just like 2 steps away from a homeless guy with a cup on the street. So that doesn't look good. So that's why I was kind of like stepping away from the whole cup scene. You know, it's not something I need in my life. Most recent Firebat, that TV highlight. That's not my most recent highlight. Moobot's wrong. Ah, unplayable. Alright, sweet lord, Ant. Oh, dude, he's playing priests like me. I had the Binding Heal and the Wild Pyro in there. Thought it was pretty good. Whose priest deck is that? Versus Prince Rogue that definitely had Prince on too. Oh, maybe it didn't. It's only 2/3. Wow, that could have been in his hand. How big was Patches? I don't know. They always have Prince on too, man. You draw a lot of cards here, Mr. Savage. Is that a good thing? It's not a bad thing, I'll tell you that much. I don't know about this Shadowed Horde. I guess you're eliminating... You know what? Coin Wild Pyromancer Shadowed Horde and killed this too. Really values killing the Shaku. Ah, the thing did get played, I see. He could have played like all of these.
This
Drawn bunch of cards. I can do this turn though. Pyromancer.
Do you like to play with fire?
Is someone injured?
He could clear the whole board. You start with Circle. Wild Pyromancer's Circle, Power Word Shield, Coin, Binding Heal, clears the whole board. What are you doing?
The end is coming!
Coins. He doesn't want to clear the board. He's gonna draw a bunch of cards, leave his opponent with 8 power. No, this dies. It's probably better. 5 cards. Nijik's pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna play best of 5. It's really hard to follow a game when you only see like 2 turns and they're in the middle. So I'm pretty sure he's doing the right plays. Like, are you supposed to be like 2 turns in the middle and be like, this is what you're supposed to do? I don't know what's played yet. I don't even know if Prince was activated. Turns out it was. Alright, we're versing Ant. He's ready. Warlock. Priest. Druid. Warrior. Only guy still bringing a warrior. Ant is rocking Shaman. Mage. Warlock. Priest. No Druid. So he's probably targeting Druid if he's not playing Druid, right? So we gotta assume that that's Lust Shaman, some sort of Tempo Mage, some sort of Zoo Warlock is what jumps to me, like the Prince Zoo deck that's been rising in popularity, and then Big Priest, that's what I think, is targeting Priest and Druid. And we have both Priest and Druid. It could still be Razakazak as Priest, but you know. So of these, the things I would like to verse the least, we should be able to beat Shaman with pretty much everything. So I'm happy to see Shaman. Warlock dunks on Shaman. Priest's okay. Druid's okay. Warrior dunks on Shaman. Mage, we can outlast it with Warrior. Druid. Priest is iffy. Warlock's gonna be a tough sell. His Warlock, it's fine. Priest, if it's Razakazekis, gives us the most trouble, I'd say. Well, we have the Warrior, who should do decent. If it's Big Priest, the Warrior does horrible. And the Warlock does probably also bad. So I think we should ban Priest. Embrace the Tempo Mage. Okay. Warlock, Warrior, Priest, because he banned Druid. I didn't expect him to ban Druid, but does it change anything about what his decks potentially are? He probably just doesn't want to ban Warrior because he doesn't think Warrior is very good, which is probably fair. He doesn't want to ban Warlock because he's got Mage and Priest. So I think Druid's like probably his best ban, even if he is just kind of targeting it slightly. So we have Raza, Priest, Warlock, Control, and Control Warrior. Playing Conquest, so pick order doesn't really matter unless there are patterns, and it's pretty hard to establish a pattern with a sample size of 0. This is a matchup we didn't want. Could have assumed maybe he's going to lead with his most favorite deck first, but it's pretty hard to get a good read on that. Mage doesn't usually have weapons, so we don't need to ooze until maybe much later. Mulligans all of his cards. And rips the Mana Worm. No Mana Worm, that's good.
Why do you fall?
Arcanologist. No Arcanologist. I don't run Giants or Drakes. So pressuring my opponent before he burns us out is almost impossible. But we have one of our max pressure openings. We need to identify what deck he's playing, and Arcane Intellect gives us little to no information. I'm going to continue trying to pressure my opponent, and hopefully we can see what's going on. This is the best play if he's like Tempo Mage, because I want the stats in play so I can fight for the board.
The end is coming!
I don't think he's Tempo Mage. He appears to be either Freeze Mage, Gunther Mage, or Death Knight Mage. So we've eliminated some possibilities, but not all.
Of course.
For the scourge.
As you command.
We still have 2 healing cards, so it's pretty okay to have wasted the Earthen Ring just in case he was Tempo.
This jungle hides many secrets.
Elise is really only in Gunther or DK. We know he's not Freeze at this point, which is good, because Freeze would have been the worst for us. Gunther's second worst. DK would be best case, because sometimes they don't even run Fireball, and that would be helpful, because Fireball sucks for us to deal with. So I don't want to deal with Fireballs.
So many
Sometimes they run Fireball.
possibilities.
I'd say a lot of them started running Fireball, but they don't run like Pyroblast, so that's good. want to be able to at least challenge this a little bit. And this is kind of an awkward heal to utilize later on, since it's Death Rattle and it's slower, so I gotta hit it with my own thing. But I want to try and save this Earthen Ring for after his Alexstrasza. I also have two mana, deal 2, heal 2, and 2 Siphon Souls. And a Draxus to set myself to 15, and then the 5 armor from the one guy. Nobody expects a Draxus, so that's kind of our ace in the hole here, is that he's not going to expect that we can teleport to 15 health, and we're just going to try and get him with that. So in these kind of decks, he banned Druid, so he might not be running a Geist lineup. Shaman, Mage, Warlock, Priest. He's probably not running a Geist lineup. So there's not many minions left, huh? Only other minions like Alex. Sometimes they run Antonitis. You can coin a Twisting if that's the case. So I think it's Siphon's safe to use, even though those are only harder with one hand. So there's Alexstrasza and Archmage Antonitis remaining. We have to worry about drawing too many cards as well, because that is a way we can lose. But I think we can draw a few more. I don't want to play this Farseer though. Regret this tap. I didn't realize all my draws were going to be awful. Okay. He's at 16, we're at 15. Now we're going to try and not play things the whole game, for the most part. It would be a lot easier if we had the Death Knight.
So many possibilities.
We can let him make water elementals and then be able to twisting, I guess, but I think we just double Hellfire and sit. I'm looking to try and play the Death Knight and then kill everything he plays forever, so that he has no ability to create water elementals, and I can punch him in the face for 3 every turn, winning in fatigue, because my hero power is 6 health swing, 3 to him, 3 heal, and his is a 2 health, or it's only a 1 health swing because it only does 1 and he has none. So over time, we can win if we find the Death Knight. But we can't draw cards, otherwise that win condition gets eliminated, because his Death Knight was so early. He has 18 total damage in his deck, right? Well, he has 2 Medivh's Fele as well, but he can only administer 15 in 1 turn. So if we play Earthen Ring Farseer, he can Blizzard. If we play Despicable Dreadlord, he has to have Flame Strike. Flame Strike isn't always included, so it's a lot harder for him to answer the 5 health minion and create something. So I think we play that.
Unleash me.
Could have also went Earthen Ring, Mortal Coil, our own Earthen Ring. We're also trying to save heal for after Alex, though. The glyphs are scary, because that could allow him to burst us for more than 15 in one turn. Yeah, that'll happen. That's good. He didn't use that on Archmage Antonitis. Come on, Death Knight. He doesn't have a glyph card, so his max burst is just once again 15.
So many possibilities.
I'm gonna cycle this coil.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
I said I didn't want to draw cards, but if I can get the Death Knight... If I don't get it soon, he's gonna be able to ping me to 15, which would be annoying.
You are on fire.
We are kind of against the clock on that. I want an answer to Alex and Archmage Antonites. He used Molten Reflection on a Water Elemental, which means he may not have Archmage in his deck. He definitely has Alex, though. It's just a lot of healing, actually, to use both of these, huh? So then maybe I do want to sneak in. No, I don't want to tap anymore. The fatigue is so real, man. If it's like I'm in my bottom 5, I kind of just auto-lose. Which is a bummer. Your stream makes me hurt myself. Just subscribe to Twitch Prime. Welcome to the Batcave Team Thing. Appreciate the support. JunesB666, welcome back to the Batcave Team Thing, man. Appreciate the support. Penetration Aviation just subscribed. Welcome to the Batcave Team Thing, man. Appreciate the support. Quebble just subscribed for 6 months in a row. Welcome back to the Batcave Team Thing, man. Appreciate the support. Okay. I want to get cards that are not useful out of my hand, so I think I will just play this. It might be useful. I think all of these could have potential value. So just letting it go. Could discard a Voidwalker into it. I don't see that having too much value in the future.
Why do you call?
Free up some hand space.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Death Knight. Please, Death Knight. Otherwise, we have to deal with this because he could 15 us. Now, if we Death Knight, he can still 15 us. So, we need to deal with this in another way. So, well, no, he can't 15 us. He's using a fireball. He can do 6 with a fireball, and then he has 2 frostbolts at a ping. So that's 13 is his max range. So with the taunts, we should live through it. So we want to do that so we can begin gaining heal off the hero powers. We get 2 Void Walkers back.
Forged in blood and shadow.
So he has 13 burst. Unless he glyphs burn. But even if he glyphs burn, he has to invest the 2 mana this turn. As if he glyphs exactly fireball. Or you could glyph a frostbolt, I guess. Then you can have 16. Don't glyph fireball, frostbolt.
Time melts away. The time is now.
Looks like we're gonna win. So if I bump here, then we get a 1 and a 3. Shadow Bolt that. I just want to see if there's some Defile possibilities. So it looks like I have to Shadow Bolt bump.
As you command.
Can't just use hero power on it. That's fine. We get a save, Siphon, and Twisting for real threats. And we get to start hero power in that juicy face.
An incredible discovery!
All the way up to 20. File 1 star, Trump approved. You ever think Trump maybe just voted some of the cards really bad on purpose that he knew were good so people would say his name about them? He's got 5, we have 3. than him. Let's interact with this guy.
Time melts away.
Very interactive.
Time melts away.
I'm almost out of cards.
My last card is Mortal Coil, which is not a useful card. Why do people say that? They say that because they want to get banned. They love the interaction. They love it when my mouse touches their name and clicks the ban hammer. If the game continues this way, we will win. I'm interested to see what his plan is. I guess he's gonna Alex me in Fatigue. And try and 2-turn me with Alex and Fatigue. So before that happens, I have to do offensive pushes to make it so that he can't Alex me, because if he does, we get to pop him. Let's use both blizzards. We could make him utilize a polymorph on a Doomsayer. But we definitely want to be able to get him to exactly 1 in 3 turns from now. He's not going to Alex me and fatigue me for 1 and then 2. He's got 13. We heal for 3. So we go down to 14, and then we're taking 2. We go down to 12. We heal back up to 15. He knows we have the siphon for the thing, and he's not going to have enough damage.
Now.
So he has to wait. So if he has to wait, then we can wait. So he's going to Alex us when we're fatiguing in a spot where it's going to kill us. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our Doomsayer to stop him from being able to Alex us, or not a Doomsayer, we're going to use our minions to stop him from being able to Alex us. Because if he Alexes us, then we're going to pop him at 1. That's what we're going to try and do. But we can't develop more than enough power to stop the barrier in 1 turn, which means we have to do it over 2 turns. So next turn.
The time is now.
Eden Sky just subscribed for 26 months in a row. Welcome back to that Cave Team thing, man. Appreciate the continued support. 26 months is a long time.
I bring life.
Or he's just gonna jam the Alex. This allows us to heal out, doesn't it? Can we just do this and win now? He's used 2 blizzards and a volcanic potion, so he can't kill this and make a water elemental.
Shields up.
Job's done.
I'm almost
Just
out
to
of
polymorph it if he
cards.
wants to. The glyph. Always mistake the glyphs. It's okay, if he's glyphing like deal 2, then we're okay. No glyph pyroblast. It's gonna pile again. The secret is awkward. Uh-oh. This could be bad. He has 13 burst, and we're fatiguing for 3. I can't beat Counterspell and Mirror Entity.
My hunger grows. My eyes are open. I must feed now.
So he has 13 burst, and we're taking 6. So we're alive at 18.
I'm out of cards.
We have to live 2 turns. Counterspell, man.
I must decide.
I shouldn't have played the Sun Fairy Protector. Opened myself up to Glyph Secret being annoying. I should have just done nothing. Why did I do anything? Oh, he's trying to control the board. He doesn't expect the second twisting.
The time is now.
Why'd he frostball me in the face? So he fatigues for 2 next turn, so Abyssal Enforcer, Hero Power. I don't know what the Frostbolt was doing. Chirex Destructor just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Welcome back, Cave Team Thing, man. Appreciate the support. I guess the Frostbolt... Now he can already get a second ping in because he only has 1 Frostbolt, 1 Fireball. Oh, he's just trying to make room for Elise back. That makes sense. You should ping his face or he loses. That's not true at all. If he pings my face and tries to maximize damage of his current burn cards, he loses 100% of the time. If he Alexed me here,
The time is
we could have been in a much more dire situation, but he Alexed me really early, which he would have lost trying to Alex me slowly because I was setting up to play around it by spacing out my threats when he's playing to Alex. So he thought about that on that long turn where he roped, and he was like, is Firebat bad enough to let me be able to Alex him in fatigue and win? And he concluded that I was not. Which is cool. Shows a lot of respect. Just the self-ping so that we pop the block and he lives. Uh-oh. So he's going to fatigue for 2 going down to 1, so we just need to not die right here. So Hero Power is phase. And we are now... He has 6 burst, 6, 7, 8 total damage. We fatigue for 5. So assuming that he's gotten no additional damage from the Ungaro pack, we should win from this position. So we just pass. And if he has damage from the aggro pack, he's got it. Did he get damage from Manguro?
I must decide.
He needs 4 damage so that he can play with Fireball and Hero Power. It's not many things. He also played this last turn though, so Blaze Card is available. But Blaze Card can't be played with Fireball. There's not very many Anguro things I can think of that do that much damage. It's gonna need a Glyph, man. Or another Elise. Another Elise wins him the game. Dino size. It's pretty good, but it's one off. He needs... That was Fireball is close. Oh, he gets the heal. But now I just Hero Power. And then pass. Forgot the element sealed him, huh? Dynasize heals 10. Dynasize would have been sick. I always forget about the heal. When it's like not water elementals, you know? I always forget it's all elementals. Alright, my Warlock's through. I have Warrior and Priest. His Mage is Control Mage, which probably makes his Warlock lead towards Control as well, since these two kind of go together. And his Off Warrior should be able to beat the Mage if he wants to requeue it. Feel fairly confident with it against most of his stacks. So yeah, that's why I was saying that we can't tap in like turn 8 when we stop tapping, because I knew it was going to go to fatigue, and you can only tap so many times. You need to tap just enough to maximize your odds of finding the Death Knight in time, because it is your heal source. So if you don't have it soon enough, you die, because they just set you to 15, then hit you for 15, and you're dead. So you need it just in time, but if you get it too early because you tap too much, then you're fatiguing too fast before you can actually kill them, and then you die as well. So it's all just about knowing how many taps you need, and we did it just barely. If we had one more tap that game, we would have died. So that was good. The Death Knight bottom 5 against Mage is like a nightmare. Okay, we can draw a bunch of cards in this matchup because we have Dead Man's Hand. We can also just weapon him in the face to death, but we should be able to fatigue him a lot of the time. So, we just try and not get this polymorphed. As long as this doesn't get polymorphed, then we should be good. And we want to try and get a bunch of armor smiths and like whirlwind a billion armors. But we're going to outlast his damage and take him to fatigue again. Same concept. We have a lot of heal. His deck has a win condition that requires me to play minions. The rest of his deck is just removal. So there's no purpose for me to play minions. So I just jam the shit out of the armor button. And then win in fatigue. Because I have Dead Man's Hand. One copy of Dead Man's Hand. It's not an extreme deck. I want to get this in play too, make him use a fireball on it.
This jungle hides many secrets.
Let's see if we can get this killed now. Getting this killed early on would be nice. And then we can have it guarantee come back with N'Zoth. Don't have to worry about polymorph as much. Well, there's the poly. Is it 21? We're at 20. Not bad. It's secret from his deck, so not mere entity. How do you beat Priest as an Assault Warrior? They don't have a lot of threats, so you just try and gain as much armor. It's very similar to this matchup. In there are gaps where they don't have any threats, so you get to spam the armor button, and you can outlast the damage potential of their attack. It's still a bit harder than this matchup, but same concept.
Armor made to fit. Let the pain speak to me.
We want to try and find our Dead Man hand. Get a nice 10-card Dead Man hand going on. So cycling is not all bad.
Job's done.
Also, the pressure of multiple N'Zoths should kill him, which is nice. Definitely better than not killing him.
Incredible discovery.
Does anyone have the mage deck and is using?
Excuse me.
This is playing like standard DK mage, man. Nothing fancy. I kind of want Dead Man's Hand in this shield block. I don't want to play another Echo. If I suicide this one in, then he can make me draw 2. And we would be at 8 cards. We could overdraw. So yeah, I think I'll just go face. Problem is that you run into decks and then facing a Valiant burst count is 20-30 damage turn. Against those decks, or if you're playing the N'Zoth Warrior on ladder, you have to run Skulking Geist. Removes the burst combo from Priest as well as the infinite Jades that you auto lose to. So you're gonna want that.
There must be a way.
He's still able to make me overdraw if he really wants to. Because I didn't suicide it, huh? Probably should have just suicided it. I was reading chat. Ah! If we suicide it, if we lose our Dead Man's Hand, we're in a bad position. And by bad, I mean we lose. Okay, we don't lose. I don't need this Acolyte.
Let the pain speak to me.
Well, at this point he has to assume we already have Dead Man's Hand because we've intentionally milled ourselves twice, or given the opportunity to. So if he tries to mill me again, I don't know, maybe he thinks that's his only hope. I was hoping the Acolyte would die, but now he can like ping Frostbolt it or ping Fireball it. But he might be suspicious that I don't need these cards because I presented the opportunity twice. We'll see.
Observe and reflect.
On the scoreboard 3-1, who got the 3, who got the 1? I got the 3, he got the 1. My number's always first. If it's green, it means I won. If it's red, it means I lost.
Fine. Observe and reflect.
He's gonna mill too.
Bring the pain.
I don't want to draw multiple cards from this. I have one shield block already for the Dead Man's Hand, so I think it's okay. I don't have any single target removal, so looking for the second execute's decent with the shield block. Still have a full hand, so Dead Man's Hand's gonna be fine. Yeah.
My hand is full.
So it'll be 15 and 15, but then we'll add more with the Dino. Unless he gets Polymorph on my second Dino. So hopefully I can Dead Man's Hand the Dino.
What is real?
So I'm waiting to Dead Man's Hand until we have Direhorn Hatchling. I also want to find Execute, hopefully. Does this run Shield Slam? This deck does not run Shield Slam.
There must be a way.
To Stampede. Oh baby. 6 Stampede value. Look at him go. He's just generating gas for days.
Fine.
cycle this for 1.
Job's done.
Alright, now I can draw every card in our deck. And then Dead Man's Hand. Hopefully it doesn't double release me. So
I'm almost out of cards.
random secret. And the last card is the card we need. Well, so we have to play a spell to try and play around counter spell on Dead Man's Hand. Because it's from Glyph. How does he even kill you? The idea is that he doesn't.
I'm out of cards.
I don't like dying. But we have to play a Whirlwind first for counterspell.
Job's done.
So it's either Frozen Clone, Mirror Entity, Potion of Polymorph, Spellbender, or Vaporize. Hopefully I draw Direhorn Hatchling, I can toss them both in there. Could still just toss one in there and start getting the first N'Zoth out. The Frozen Clone bait. Sick. Now I can add cards to his deck. Like we can. But we should be able to add more because we have N'Zoth. We have 2 N'Zoths.
What now?
N'Zoth 1. He has 1 more polymorph. The 2 head just subscribed 6 months in a row. Welcome back to the Batcave team. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support.
There must be a way.
I don't think you can attack again when switching to the Scourge Lord. Yeah, what Nat John Nat said.
There must be a way.
to fit. Armor made to fit.
Even if we're fatiguing at the same rate, the life difference will allow us to win. We have 12 more life on the table. And we have these, which are like a pyroblast each. Yeah, we could have changed to the Death Knight and hero powered to clear that board, but this worked pretty well. And it's difficult timing to get N'Zoth things out and have the minions actually be relevant, or he doesn't just clear them. So when he's forced to double trade into a 3/6, it's real good. So I think we might win in fatigue.
The end is coming!
We want to get these cuts in, man. Now we have an activator for execute as well, which our hand was lacking. But we want to try and get all these charges in the face. This is 20 face damage. Oh my. We do have 24 face damage, you're right. We have a Blood Razor remaining, so we have another weapon. He has a polymorph remaining, so this needs to get brawled. Or we need the polymorph dealt on this, because we want to add cards to our deck. And that'll add another Direhorn for N'Zoth too, which would be sick. We have a N'Zoth in here. That's a good value tome card. So we just want to set up a new weapon. We want to save this for when we're brawling. Uh-oh. Toady83 just subscribed. Welcome to the Back 18 thing, man. Appreciate the support.
Observe and reflect. Observe and reflect.
he polymorphs this, then he's not Alexing himself. So it's good enough for me.
Observe and reflect.
Our remaining cards are Brawl and N'Zoth, so it's pretty hard to have a lot of bad turns in a row because eventually we draw the N'Zoth. And if he doesn't polymorph this, then N'Zoth makes us add 2 to our deck, and this adds 1. So then he's actually dying in fatigue first.
I'm almost out of cards.
That is the last matriarch. See if we can pop him. Or slam N'Zoth. Bring back 4 Fire Mountain Armors, 1 Dire Horn Hatchling. Yeah, making him answer that is probably better, huh? There we go. He's out of polymorphs. That's 6, 12, 18, 24 armor, and... Oh no, he's not out of polymorphs. It's from Kabbalah's Tome. He got an extra polymorph. Wow, that's sick.
Observe and reflect.
The quest is not a spell, so you cannot discover it from Kabbalah's Tome or Primordial Glyph. The quest is a quest card.
I'm out of cards.
Well, looks like he's going to try and kill my board. It's good for me.
Time passes.
Could swing at this preemptively. And then I can Blood Razor it next turn. We have to wait till fatigue anyway, so I think it's fine. Super Sam 18 just subscribed to Twitch Prime. Welcome to Back 18 thing, man. Appreciate the support. Well, my minions have no purpose anymore. He has a polymorph left. He can definitely polymorph one. He potentially has a meteor left as well.
Do not fear power. Fear those who wield it.
I'm out of cards.
I guess we're gonna let him polymorph it so that we can then brawl. Could just do nothing. Could fishes and hit it.
I must choose.
I don't have a good answer to Alex.
Time passes.
I'm almost out of cards.
Could just go for the YOLO brawl. I don't know if he has any more removal left. I know he has Alex left. He's got no fireballs, no frostbolts, no blizzards, no flame strikes. It's like Alex, Arcane Elect, Acolyte, Kabbalist Tome card, Ice Block. That's his hand. So he has literally only an Alexstrasza left. So the Direhorn Hatchling is actually pretty good, depending on what the random spell is, of course.
I'm out of cards. I must decide. The time is now. I bring life.
If I play... I still don't know what the random spell is, but I'm hoping it's something bad. Probably a secret that he can't play. Like another Ice Block. If I just play this in Whirlwind, he shouldn't be able to make a Water Elemental. And then we just fish his next turn and win.
I must choose.
Black Eagle 525 just subscribed to Twitch Prime. Welcome back, A Team Thing, man. Appreciate the support. Yeah, we got juked by his
Melts away.
Frozen Clone and his Kabbalist Tome RNG. And his Free from Amber from Angaru pack. I should not have played my Direhorn into that secret. I should have tested for Frozen Clone. Could have played around it, man. But I think we probably still win.
The time is now.
That didn't work. Well, back down to 50-50. Nailed it. Alright, well. He has one random spell, 2 Arcane Intellects, 2 Acolytes, and an Ice Block. Does he win in Fatigue or no? I don't know, man. We're fatiguing 2 cards deeper. Now we're 1.5 cards deeper. Four, 5, 6. So he dies in 4 turns. He has no burn, so I think we win. Unless he's got another Pyroblast, I think we're good. If he got another Pyroblast from his tome, the double Pyroblast tome, we may be screwed. He's about to take 6 and then 7. Does swinging help? Not really. Oh yeah, we were like 30 health in the clear. Why was I nervous? Okay, Warriors through. Now we have only Priest to get a win with. They're up 2-0. Good old-fashioned control mirrors. My Priest is teched for aggro. I thought Ant would play aggro, so I teched everything anti-aggro. So it's fortunate we're still able to win these control mirrors with our anti-aggro decks. Hopefully we can continue to be so fortunate. We have no Velen. We're gonna need to get good Lyra, but we have no Radiant Elemental either.
Anduin versus Khadgar.
So in this matchup, it's very similar to Warlock. You just kind of sit around, do nothing, and then win because your hero power is better than theirs. You don't need to play minions to kill him, so he can never activate his hero power, and meanwhile your hero power machine guns his face. Which is a positive thing. So I expect a 3-0 sweep.
An incredible discovery!
Doesn't accomplish much to play. Drawing cards is fine, we need to complete our
I hope you like my invention.
quest. Our task. Our transition into the Death Knight.
Embrace the void.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Surrender your will to Kappa.
Polymorph flying out early. It's gonna make it harder for him to make water elemental blade, but that's nice. He's already 2 deeper than us. So we can draw.
Mind if I roll me?
Sure, we'll contest his minion with this thing. Gives him a decent flame strike, but it's not the worst of our concerns. Pritchard's just subscribed. Welcome to Batcave Team Thing, man. Appreciate the support. Alright, we win. We high rolled. We drew the nuts. So we have like 17 cards that we can use as Death Knight missiles. Which is a ridiculously insane amount. And if he Alexes us, then we'll be able to use either Kazakus Potion or Spirit Lash for life gain to get outside of his burst range. So it's important that we save one of those things. And we just machine gun his face a lot. And if he tries to transition to water elementals, we just kill all of his things and keep shooting him in the face. It's great. So we look for armor gain. So I'm just going to go for the big whopping 10 and try and get armor gain. Well, we're going to Pyroblast him. And turn things into sheep, or just draw and try and kill him really fast instead of going to fatigue. We could just kill him really fast. That sounds good. We have a max damage potion now. I'm going aggro priest on him. Glyph is insane too. I just want to utilize like all of my mana. I don't have Prophet Velen in this deck. Am I running Velen? I'm not running Velen. I'm teched towards aggro, so no Velen, no Holy Smite, no Mind Blast, none of those kind of things. I have 7 cards, so we can draw 4.
short.
Has anything even died? Nothing good, huh? So close. I think we were one off. Because we can't play the Potion of Madness. No target.
Observe and reflect.
Ooh, Glyph Pyro. He might be able to kill me. Because we didn't get armor. What are my healing options? It's pretty much just this Holy Nova. There's no other healing cards. Besides the Spirit Lash and the Holy Nova, and we've used them. Off Lyra we could get additional healing somehow. So if we go... Lyra Silence. Nope. So our best healing then is up to 14. So we died to double fireball because one card. But this way we beat actually not much else. We probably should have just spammed spells looking for, because 12 and 14 is the same, right? No. This way he needs double fireball frostbolt. This is better. I think this is better than risking going for binding heal, because he needs a 3-card combo right here. Oh, he top decked it. Yeah, well. I thought we were gonna win that game, man. But sometimes they glyph pyroblast into top deck 15 burn. 25 ya, and you have no heal. We needed Priest of the Feast off the top, huh? Or a Lyra card. We could have been... No, even if we draw Priest... Well, the other play, I guess, was we ping our own guy, Holy Nova for draw, try and hit Priest of the Feast. We low-rolled the Kazakus potion, too. We were searching explicitly for armor and didn't get armor. That sucked.
Anduin versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall
He has
be
Warlock
mine.
still, so this isn't bad.
The light shall bring victory.
I guess we do run Holy Smite. No Mind Blast, though. A cheap spell. Well, like Silence and Death. And Raza and Anduin. And draw. I couldn't pop him, I was one off. I tried to get greater heal from Lyra by going Lyra Silence first.
I hope you like my invention.
Having Death is good. Having Anduin is good.
Oh, if you're sure.
Just throwing it out there for pressure seems better than not playing it. potentially push a lot of damage with this minion if we get to death a giant now. So I think it's worth protecting it from the Doomsayer. If it's Drake, it's not nearly as good, but... We don't have much to do with our hands, so I think taking a 5 is better. Not the strongest, but not the worst. We have a Novice Engineer in that revive pool. I was really hoping for Polymorph or Draw. Or 5/5. All of those would have been good. But you can't always get what you want. Hopefully we get a 3/3. The best two. Coin Abyssal. We get death because we have Anduin for giants. Keep that pressure going strong. Ooh, we just play that. Taking 6 is fine. Especially since we get 2. It's really like only taking... We get healed 2 again next turn, so it's really like only taking 2. We're barely even getting hit. And now we should win. Oh my.
Why do you call?
And that should be GG. Probably didn't need to kill that. Vision's sweet.
Job's done.
Hey, my opponent had a good draw too. Double Mountain Giant Twilight Drake. Sick ant. And Doomsayer. But yeah, I drew the nuts this game, and this matchup's fairly one-sided in Priest's favor, no matter what tech you have. Anduin just beats Warlock. Alright, 3-1. Okay. So he's not gonna play mage again, I'll tell you that much. So Alright, looks like he wants to set up a tournament. He's gonna see if he can get people for that. So, let's see. If we're playing a tournament, we should do something more general, not as specifically targeted towards Ant. I kind of want to play aggro because the control mirror is very draining. What do I want to play? Target priest, maybe? Okay. So Hunter, Murlocs. target priest. These are all pretty fine versus priest. Jam a random Druid of the Claw in there. Surprise burst. Okay. Hunter, priest, druid, paladin. I don't know about these tech choices. So greedy. I'm afraid it just like he leaves it up and then just smarts the shit out of it. But we got taunts, whatever. Actually, just so I can high roll paladins occasionally. Alright, so now we just wait for Ant. Was there a way for me to make like a box? Let's see. So I want to get like a little background thing going on this little scoreboard I'm trying to make. But and it's taking forever. Yeah, I don't know. I give up. Alright. Oh, what lineup would you use on LHS? I don't know. Jade Druid, Raza Priest for sure, because they have crazy sweeping potential and they're broken. Probably aggro Murlocs to try and help be one of the cover decks for Jade Druid and Raza Priest. And then maybe like the aggro Rogue, because it does well in those matchups as well. Or potentially even N'Zoth Warrior, because it can probably beat up the aggro Rogue and beat up the Priests potentially. I don't know if it's good enough against the Priests. Or potentially Shaman for ridiculous sweep potential and chance to beat up on the Priests. But the problem with LHS in the current metagame is there's a lot of stupid decks that just can beat anything if they high roll. So it's like, you could try and counter it, and then, you know, you're trying to counter Jade Druid, and then Jade Druid just draws every Jade card, and you're fucked and lose. You can try and counter Evolve Shaman, but sometimes they just 1, 2, 3, 4 Bloodlust kill you, and you lose. You can try and counter Raza Kazaga's Priest, but sometimes they draw Raza, and then they're like Kazagas, then Raza, then Anduin, and you're dead. So you try and counter Murlocs, sometimes they just perfect curve Murlocs, and you're dead. So it's pretty tough, I'd say, to build a good LHS lineup, and most of it's going to rely on, one, you got to get the correct first matchup, and two, you have to hope your opponent doesn't high roll you during the matchups where you're playing the counter. Because if your counter just gets high rolled, then you have to high roll their counter, and it's unlikely to happen. I don't know. It's a little silly. Feels like there's, in this expansion, Conquest is a better tournament format, I believe, than LHS. LHS feels a bit silly in this expansion. But I'm no expert. I haven't played a lot of LHS, so don't just like blindly trust me on that. Druid, rogue, shaman, hunter. No priest. I targeted priest and he doesn't bring priest? What are the chances? He's so smart. Alright, druid, probably jade. Rogue, probably the prince rogue. Shaman, evolve, and hunter. The Asmodai list. Alright, let's see. My druid should be okay in the mirror. I have Druid of the Claws instead of what would be like Doomsayers or something, so I think it's fine. It's okay versus Shaman. Okay versus Hunter, not great. Pretty bad versus Rogue. My Hunter usually just beats up on Rogue, so I'm pretty happy about that. It should be fine versus Druid, loses to Shaman, it should be fine in the mirror. My Murlocs loses to Shaman, fine versus everything else. And my Big Priest, it's pretty bad versus all of his decks. So, wow, he banned Priest. That's really good. He thinks it's Razakazaka's Priest. My Priest is super bad versus all of his decks. But anyway, I want to ban Shaman just because it hits my Hunter and my Murlocs pretty well and does okay versus Druid. So, or I want to ban Druid, one of the two. But I can win against Druid with Hunter or Murlocs, so I'm going to try and help my Hunter and Murlocs rather than trying to help my Jade Druid, because my Jade Druid should be able to get a win anyway. So I'm going to ban Shaman. Alright, good luck, have fun. So, my Priest is banned. And his Shaman is banned. Okay. And first pick is basically random, but if we look at the trends from the previous time we played this opponent, he queued the deck with the most favorables first. Or what he believed was the most favorables, in my opinion. Oh no, if it was Temple Mage, it would have had the most favorables. Being Control Mage... Control Mage unfavorable versus Razakazaka's Priest, unfavorable versus Warlock, and unfavorable versus Warrior. So he queued the most unfavorable one first last time. So if he continues to do that, then what would he queue? He would queue Hunter. If he's queuing Hunter, I guess I prefer to be playing Druid. Then we fall into the trap where we're playing Druid when it's not banned first, which is a common tendency. So people queue their best deck first Druid, which would mean he'd be queuing Rogue. So what mind game do I think he's playing here? Is there something that covers both of those bases? I guess Hunter would be what I want to play if he's playing Rogue. Hunter Mirror. How bad is the Hunter Mirror for my variation of Hunter? We have the Curator and Cobalt Scale Banes. And a Hungry Crab. We cut Tracking, that's pretty insignificant in the Hunter Mirror. And we cut Spellbreaker, which isn't that big of a deal. So we're pretty even in the Hunter Mirror. I think it's fine. If we get the Rogue, it's pretty good, because the Hunter could be a problem for us to get out. Nope. Not even in the ballpark. But it does support the tendency to play Druid when it's not banned. A lot of people do that. Well. 1, 2, 3. The dragons aren't bad versus Druid. They do a lot of damage really fast, which is nice. They are bad versus aggro Druid. Did not anticipate that. It's gonna be a tough game to win. We have deadly shots. If we can like deadly shot a Hydra, maybe we can get there. But it's gonna be tough. Aggro Druid.
I wonder.
None of my decks are good versus aggro Druid anyway. I didn't get to read that he was gonna go that deep. Turns out Ant goes pretty deep, man. Risk taker.
I wonder.
Time waits for no one.
When we're fog.
The scourge will devour all.
So Huffer's really bad. We'll probably lose the game if we get Huffer. Misha's pretty good. What else that comes? Leok. Leok, he gets to buff and take value trades, and he hasn't used any buffs, so I'm afraid of that. So I'm leaning towards Bear Shark. Okay, we need to draw like Galaka Crawler or Deadly Shot. If we draw a Deadly Shot, we need to rip this guy. So Prince, Rogue, and Hunter is left.
Where shall I strike?
Oh, wow. We're just dead. Maybe his last card isn't Savage Roar. Alright, Deadly Shot hit the 210, and we're back in the game. Darn.
Well fought. I concede.
Well, that sucked. Alright. His aggro Druid gets a win. We have 2 Galactic Crawlers, so we can beat Rogue. The Hunter Mirror is a Hunter Mirror. Druid is Druid of the Claws instead of Tar Creeper, so it's a little heavier. Should be able to beat Hunter. Pretty hard to beat Rogue if they have Prince early. And our Paladin is super aggressive, so if there's no Hungry Crabs in the Hunter, it should win. It should do decently versus the Rogue. So I guess just Paladin. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Oh man, our lineup is so bad versus. We did not get what we wanted.
Watch your back.
I will fight with honor.
Backstabs and shadow steps, but no eviscerates here usually.
Let me think.
Hopefully we draw a 3 or less custom card. No Prince. One time.
I'm in charge.
Hey, drew badges. The most expensive card in my deck is 6.
Reporting for duty.
It's unlucky. Really poor draw. He doesn't run Eviscerate, so that's good. He has to run Prince. Holy crap. For this deck, we're drawing really heavy. This is a Divine Favor deck. Actually, we added a 7-drop. We have the Curator. We cut one Divine Favor for it. Second Backstab. This guy is good.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Alright. Let's just draw a way to buff this Murloc, man. Just get a War Leader out there. That'd be sick. At least you drew patches. Oh no. 5 mana Swashbucklers into Kings, that's pretty sick. What the hell, man? Kinda have to do this. Don't feel good about it. Double low roll on the Murlocs. This is the lowest possible amount of stats I could have pulled from my deck with any combination of Murlocs. Couldn't even get double chum because one's already gone. I guess a 2-2 is better than a 1-3.
I wonder. choose soon. So many options.
Pretty much have to take getaway.
Job's done.
He's gonna kill me. He's got Leroy. God, they always have all of it, man. Never noble sacrifice. Alright, well, we got high rolled while we were low rolling, so that kind of sucks. We missed our curve, and he perfect curved and swashbucklered into Blessing of Kings to fill out his curve on 5. Playing aggro in this game's pretty stupid. I should have just played the control lineup again. Even though the games take longer, you really don't do anything in aggro. You either curve out or you don't. I just played 2 games with almost 0 decisions. Alright. Remaining deck is Hunter. So let's get Hungry Crabbed.
Uther versus Rexa.
Let the hunt begin.
I will fight with honor.
I think it's too slow to go 1 coin 3 most of the time. If he has a 1-drop, he just beats us up.
Avast, mateys. I'm in charge now.
Okay. This is not good. Got a lot of bluegill warriors. We drew our 1 up divine favor against Hunter. I love Hearthstone.
To my side.
Gotta remove the beast for Hound Master.
For justice.
Sick value trades. Or we can shove. That doesn't help anybody. Gotta win this board. We got Tarim next turn. We're just gonna take 8 first to die.
Reporting for duty.
I wanna get more minions on the board for Tarim. I don't wanna be face tanking things. I guess we lose. I think we played really well though. 0 mistakes. It's got just went 0-3 without I felt like I didn't have enough time to make a mistake in any of my games. All of them went to about turn 5. I think I played all of them perfectly. Just died. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it for today. That is what I get for trying to play not super slow control. Well, he wants to play one more. I have to do it for the tiebreaker. We'll do... We just do the lineup smarter. Okay. He's gonna play priest this time, man. I'm gonna get him. I think the hunter's fine. He's gonna play hunter this time. I feel it. We're gonna get him. Okay, better lower the curve a little bit. And we're going to set aggro Murloc so that Corpse Digger, so it's slightly more defensive. Big Priest is defensive enough. So that's 3, and then the Jade Druid, we'll change it to be my friend the Tar Creeper. Got him, man. I think my lineup was just a little sloppy, but it was sad still. But my lineup was pretty bad, I think. I was too all in on targeting Priest, so when he didn't have Priest, I got butchered. Now we're not as all in. So this time he'll have Priest every time. Alright. What does he got? Do you have decks? Mage, warrior, priest, shaman. So he told you to have priest. So Shaman's definitely evolved. There's only like really one type of Shaman. It has to be evolved. So the Mage, he played Control Mage before and it went horribly, so I can assume that he most likely is switching to Tempo. Because the Control Mage was just god-awful. So Tempo Mage, Pirate Warrior, maybe? I don't know, is he trying the N'Zoth Warrior? I had success with it, he might be trying to copy it, but... And then probably just Kazak's Priest, right? So we're targeting Priest, so we don't want to ban Priest. Even if it's Big Priest, like the opportunity for it to be Kazak's Priest is what we want. So now it's like N'Zoth Warrior / Pirate Warrior. Pirate Warrior is like really bad, it's like no one's playing it. So it could be N'Zoth. Evolve Shaman, because we have Hunter, Paladin, and Big Priest. Yeah, we have to bench Shaman again. And Mage is also pretty scary for our lineup, but not as scary as Shaman. Yeah. Alright, so we have the Corpse Taker Murlocs that's better against aggressive decks. And then we have Jadred, which is just good against everything. We have the Dragon Hunter, which is good against Priest. And I imagine it will do well versus N'Zoth Warrior. Bad versus Tempo Mage. Good versus Control Mage. So this is banned. And then we have Big Priest. And we banned Shaman. Because he banned Druid. Probably has Raza Priest. Probably has N'Zoth Warrior instead of Pirate Warrior. Alright, could still be Pirates and he's just trying to target Priest with that. Is this a target Priest lineup? Pirates, Shaman, Tempo Mage. Target Priest. It's looking like something like that. We have 2 Glock Crawlers in the R Paladin.
Victory or death!
I will fight with honor.
This should be good enough. Full mulligan. War exit. You can war exit next turn. We can try and protect it from the war axe by coining out a secret. It appears to be some kind of control warrior, so I'm going to try and snowball this board. Alright, if he doesn't have Whirlwind Sleep with the Fishes, he's gonna die. So let's make this push. Let's kill him. Wind Fury time. Are you kidding me? This isn't good. He's gonna sleep with the fishes.
wonder.
This seems reasonable.
Justice.
Smirlock Paladin's still a good deck. Yes. It's a very flexible deck as well, which adds a lot of strength in closed decklist formats. There's like 4 or 5 different builds of it you can play that are all viable.
Let me think. For justice.
Winter is here.
Reporting for duty.
He's already played a brawl. So I think making the dudes fine. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to accomplish actually making it. It's like always going to die, right?
I wonder. For justice.
Alright, Paladin takes the cake. So we have Hunter and Priest left. He is running Control Warrior. Doesn't even look like Nazoth because he has Ellie Armorsmith, unless he is copying mine because I run Ellie Armorsmith. I think it's a good card. So it could still be Nazoth. We don't know. It's Control / Nazoth. We didn't get very much information. Hunter and Big Priest. Big Priest. Hopefully he requeues. Big Priest is really good versus Control Warrior. Almost unlosable.
Anduin versus Garrosh.
Victory or death.
The light shall bring victory.
Alright. He's trying to kill all of my threats, and we're trying to create a ridiculously absurd amount of threats. So, usually we do quite well. Oh, he's Quest Warrior. He just mulliganed the quest because he was Risk Paladin, okay. That makes things a bit more interesting. And he now has a way to pressure me, but we have a quick start with Barn Speed. Just find a revive will be good.
I ain't talking.
That is a risky proposition, Chief. It pays off for him, though. I could have pulled out, like, Ysera. I've mulliganed everything, so I had a good chance of having not Barnes, more so than having Barnes, actually. So that's a super YOLO rat. Yeah, he must have Execute in his hand to be willing to do that. Oh, that's true. He didn't know I was Big Priest yet. So we can't put a read on the execute. He didn't know I was Big Priest. I forgot we have the element of surprise. Well, unfortunately we can't Shadow Essence the Charge anymore.
Let the pain speak to me.
Yeah, using Shadowed Horror on that's never worth it. I don't think I need 2 pint-sized potions. Shadowed Horror can be used on its own in this matchup, so I can use pint-sized to keep my guy out of the axe range. Hit it. Sweet. Just killed a primordial drake. Although it's unfortunate that we can just literally do nothing. No revives, no shadow visions, no free from ambers, no second shadow essence. Just whiff city. We want to spam Yaceras, they're pretty good.
I dream and the world.
But I do not want him getting additional Lich King cards. Next turn I can Eternal Servitude and Dragonfire Potion. Get more Yaceras. I don't want to get the 4/8 Taunt Heal guy because that doesn't generate additional threats. It's just a 4/8.
What now?
They always get the 7-mana weapon off Lich. Literally always against this deck. Oh, no, he didn't. You stole a Lich King.
Out of my jungle!
should not have done that.
I shall bring
Forgot you said it was still alive. Woo! It's not good. I can wait and try and increase my odds of getting Eternal Servitude.
I ain't talking. Is there trouble?
It's good that they didn't get already ran out your charge. Why not Giant Fire? Because then I can't heal my Ysera, and I want to heal it so it doesn't die to the weapon. Because that'd be bad. Gotta make him have the second brawl. Otherwise he's gonna complete the quest and that'll be bad. He's at 6 or 7, you know? DM122001 just subscribed to Twitch. Welcome to back, Abe Team Thing, man. Appreciate the support.
What now?
If I Dragonfire, Shadow Visions, heal. Now I don't use the revive thing to put pressure on. We gotta kill him before he completes the quest, man. I'm on a clock. And the time is a ticking. So you gotta force the brawl so we play Yashiraj and then try and kill him. Otherwise, he completes the quest and kills us. And I don't want to be dead. I want him to be dead. Top decked. Remaining deck is Dragon Hunter. We have a favorable versus Priest and Warrior, and potentially Mage as well if it is a controlling Mage. So we should have potentially have triple favorables here. So I would say we are heavily favored to take the match here.
Rexa versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! Let the hunt begin.
I have 2 Stitch trackers, so that should be pretty good. A lot of times your 2-drop sticks. I guess you can coin war accident. So a lot of times it doesn't stick. Your 1-drop stick, but I didn't get one of those. No coin war X. At least we get the coin out of him, you know.
Let the pain speak to me.
Hunt alone.
Pretty sweet. Got a good curve. Double Razor Mon to Scalebane into High Mom.
Out of my jungle!
+1/+1, it still dies to fishes. We play around Whirlwind Ghoul. Well, if you force him to have to execute, he's already played Stonehill and Acolyte of Pain, so he may be running out of 3-drops to play alongside the execute, which could prevent him from developing a 5-drop. So that's why I still played the Scalebane, knowing that it's a pretty vulnerable board. Whereas if we go Companion, if we happen to hit Leok, it's very ignorable, as well as potentially Huffer he could swing at and still be able to develop a 5-drop. I don't want him to be able to alley Armorsmith me easily.
What now?
What do I think the best Conquest lineup is at the moment? Depends what you're playing against. I really like Warlock lineups though. They're my favorite. But they take a really, really long time. You have to win a lot of matchups by fatiguing them. And it must be hard to play because, like, if you look on an HS replay, Warlock's got like 45% win rate. But I think the Warlock lineups are really good.
This beast will not be tamed. I'll let the dog down.
He's already used one execute. Damn, he's got another one. Well, he has no more executes. Here comes the brawl. Well, I agree that Priest is kind of broken. I said Priest was going to be broken before the nerfs. It's pretty broken, yeah. It's not unbeatable. It's just slightly stronger than most of the other decks. Wow, the fish is clear. He even gets my patches. Wow, that's not good. He's gonna Primordial Drake me now because I rolled Huffer. I have all of my 1-drops still in my deck too, so this is gonna be a hard game to win unless I draw really well. I need to draw either Tracker or Curator really badly.
Sharp gadgets and steel.
What is he holding on to, man? Drew another whirlwind effect. Oh. That's gonna hurt to swing at. Well, he's been holding on to 2 cards for like the whole game. Could be Brawl. Why do you think Blizzard only nerfs strong cards instead of buffing weak ones? Because if you DE a card as a casual player and then it suddenly gets better, it feels really bad. It's also just harder to follow. I think that's why. I'm not sure though. Back-to-back insane draws. I don't know if a 3-drop's an insane draw. It's a playable draw, but I wouldn't say insane. He got Curator, man. His was better. He's used double Blood Razor, 1 Ravaging Ghoul. We do play into Brawl, though. And we play into Primordial Drake, which we know he has. So we don't want to play it because he's going to play Primordial Drake and clear my board. Traded fishes for 3 health. Second Primordial Tree. Zero deadly shots drawn. 0 Curator. How come I don't play Deathstalker in this deck? I was trying to target Priest with this deck, and so Deathstalker is not particularly good against Priest because by the time the beasts start taking off the ground, you're usually dead unless you played it like on exactly turn 6. Because then you get like 3 or 4 tries to stabilize a giant bear shark in the field that can race him. But preferably, you beat Priest with board pressure. That's why I have Scalebanes instead of Deathstalker. I didn't tech my deck for Control Warrior. Rope on an unbeatable play. Very interesting. The BM rope. Alright, 2-1.
Rexa versus Khadgar.
Knowledge is power. Let the hunt begin.
Deadly Shotting a Doomsayer can be pretty good if he is playing Control Mage like he was previously.
Watch the teeth I have.
An incredible discovery.
Oh dear.
Bear Shark is sick, first mage.
There must be a way.
Volcanic potion? He has volcanic potion in his hand. He's playing it.
The better to eat you with. To my side, run away.
Playing the 3-drop gives us the most flexibility next turn because I can do a 3 and a 2.
Incredible discovery.
So even though we miss a hero power, I still like it. Max pressure. Eight fives are sweet. Coin Blizzard. Coin Meteor.
To my side.
Now I can't Meteor my Bear Shark. Unless he's got another Meteor. Looks like he's playing the same control mage list as before.
Excuse me, you
Oh,
are
Medivh's valet. I want to get the carry. That's good too. We can use Deadly Shot to play around Blizzard. And I feel dumb if he Flame Strikes though. He runs 2 Volcanic Potions? Didn't even know. This guy's deck is crazy.
Beast will not
Curator.
be tamed.
Curator.
Beast will not be tamed.
Why can I never get Curator? We'll find a beast for the Houndmaster. I want to take high impact cards. 1/1s are not very high impact. It's unlucky that we couldn't get any scale mains or high mains or the Curator off of our trackers.
Observe and reflect.
Especially since we played double Bear Shark, double Razor Maw already, so a lot of our small drops are gone.
Observe and reflect. Time.
The end is coming!
deadly shot his Alex Straza. So we're just gonna let this board go. We could clear and keep 4 power alive, but then we don't develop anything, so it's not worth it. Alright, so now we just kill that and then we're good. Because it stops the healing and he doesn't have any more. Alright, there's no way to do 1 damage, so this guy is safe. God damn it! Why? I should have just not played it. The chances were pretty good he didn't have a way to do 1 damage, man. Now we're screwed. Crab's not gonna carry us home.
Job's done.
Alright. I guess we shouldn't have played the crab in the potential glyph arcane explosion. 2-2. Alright, this is the deck we're targeting. So, we're still good.
Let the hunt begin.
The bow's fine. He's got a lot of bow targets in his deck.
Is someone injured?
I don't want to give him free draws.
Mind if I roll need?
Hunt alone.
No Cabal Health Priest guy. If he's got Talon Priest, then we're fucked.
I wonder.
If I play all those guys out, I'm vulnerable to Shadowward Horror. If I roll Leok, I'm vulnerable to Shadowward Pain. If I roll Huffer, I'm vulnerable to that one card, Holy Smite. So Misha's the only thing that's safe. out. We might not hit it. I don't want to make myself open a pain. He doesn't have any kept cards. But like pain he could develop behind. Horror tail takes his whole turn. So if he's horroring an alley cat and a pocket crawler, it's not that bad for me.
What is Elaine's will?
If I roll like Leok and he goes Shattered Pain Doomsayer, we just lose, or Holy Smite Doomsayer. So this way he can't play a Doomsayer while clearing my board. As to be Shattered Pain Doomsayers, it's still really bad. It's less bad though.
What is Elaine's will?
This is bad. Should have rolled Leok. I made sure to roll Misha. I don't know why I'm so bad. Oh, it's a sad turn. Please just miss a turn. You're all one of priest. Stop perfect curving with the best answers.
I wonder. I wonder.
The end is coming!
We lose. 0-3 on Hunter. 3 favorables. 0-3. What a life.
I wonder.
Let the pain speak to me.
Next turn, we can companion and Hunmaster on the same turn.
Surrender your will to the command.
Fraza and Anduin. The Dream.
To my side. Out the door.
I have to trade to play around Silence, Death, and Anduin. And pint-sized potion to some extent.
What is Elaine's will?
Alright, Curator, come on. I need this.
This beast will not be tamed.
No dragon fire potion. Or I guess no Anduin. We didn't Anduin last turn, you know. No death. Just have nothing.
Embrace the void.
Oh my god, how can I circle combo? Oh, kill me now.
Such big teeth I
I don't want to play this. Let's just die. Oh, kill me now.
better to eat you with.
Ah, lost the 50. Okay, I'm done.
Well fought. I can see.
I've had enough Hearthstone for today. Triple favorable, lose all three. In just in spectacular fashion. Thought we played fine. Hungry Crab only got punished by random cards. So, lost to the random cards there. If we don't play anything and wait to try and hero power him to death, if we require 7 hero powers, he'll find Alex before then, and then we'll need another 7 more hero powers, and he'll kill us before then. So, we have to initiate, I believe, with the Hungry Crab. So it's unfortunate that he glyphed into the card required to kill it. I don't know. We hit 1-drop only when he had Northshire Cleric going first. So we only ever hit a 1-drop going second. We drew patches twice, and we never hit any deadly shots or any late game cards like the 5-drops or high main against control deck. Some abysmal Hunter draws. Alright, anyway, thanks everybody for watching. You guys should go check out Ant. He's a pretty great guy. He's in the World Championship this year. So go give him how you doing or whatnot. And congratulate him on his win. So I will host Ant_HS now. So take care guys. Thanks for watching.